Welcome to QuickBook Audio, where we're diving into an audiobook summary of Good to Great, Why Some Companies Make the Leap, and Others Don't by Jim Collins. If you've ever wondered what separates truly exceptional companies, or even individuals, from the merely good, this book is your masterclass. Whether you're a business leader, an entrepreneur, a professional, or someone striving for excellence in any field, these insights will transform how you approach success. Picture this. You're running a company, a team, or even your own life, and you're doing okay, good, even. But deep down, you know you're capable of more. What does it take to break through to greatness? Good to Great answers that question with rigorous data and compelling stories, analyzing 11 companies that sustained exceptional performance for 15+ years, outperforming their industries and the market. From Walgreens to Kimberly-Clark, these companies didn't just get lucky, they followed a pattern of principles that anyone can apply. Let's set the stage. Imagine your life or business as a flywheel, a heavy wheel that takes effort to start but builds unstoppable momentum once it's moving. Good companies push the flywheel with sporadic effort, great ones align every action to keep it spinning faster. Over the next 2 hours, we'll explore 7 key concepts, from level 5 leadership to the flywheel effect, with detailed breakdowns, real-world examples, personal anecdotes, psychological insights, and practical exercises to make these ideas stick. This isn't passive listening, it's an invitation to reflect, act, and elevate. Why does this matter? Excellence isn't accidental, it's engineered. As Collins writes, greatness is not a function of circumstance. Greatness, it turns out, is largely a matter of choice and discipline. Psychologically, aligning with these principles activates your brain's goal-directed behavior, as studied by neuroscientist Antonio Damasio, enhancing focus and resilience. By engaging with this summary, you're priming yourself to think and act like the great. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to join our community for more transformative summaries. And let's make this personal, drop a comment below. What's one area of your life or work where you want to go from good to great? Maybe it's your leadership, your business, or your personal growth. I'm eager to hear your story, and I'll be reading every comment. So, grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's start building greatness together. Part 1, Level 5 Leadership, Humble Yet Fierce. We begin with the first cornerstone of greatness, Level 5 Leadership. Jim Collins discovered that every good to great company was led by a leader with a rare blend of personal humility and professional will. These aren't the flashy, ego-driven CEOs you see in headlines, they're quiet, self-effacing individuals who channel their ambition into the organization's success, not their own glory. Level 5 leaders operate on a hierarchy of leadership capabilities. Levels 1 to 4 include being a capable individual, a team player, a competent manager, and an effective leader. Level 5 adds 2 traits, humility, putting the company first, and fierce resolve, doing whatever it takes to achieve greatness. Think of Darwin Smith, CEO of Kimberly-Clark, who transformed a struggling paper company into a consumer goods powerhouse. Smith was shy, almost awkward, but his relentless focus on long-term success led him to sell off mills and bet on brands like Huggies, a move that paid off massively. Deep dive, psychologically, Level 5 leadership aligns with servant leadership, studied by Robert Greenleaf, which emphasizes empowering others over self-promotion. Humility reduces groupthink, fostering open dialogue, while resolve activates the brain's reward system, driving persistence, as shown in research by Angela Duckworth on grit. This balance counters the hero CEO myth, proving that ego often hinders sustained success. Real-world example, I know a small business owner, Maria, who ran a bakery. She wasn't a loud leader, but her humility, listening to staff, crediting their ideas, and resolve, upgrading equipment despite risks, turned her shop into a regional chain. Like a Level 5 leader, she put the business's future above her comfort. Story. Consider Abraham Lincoln, often cited as a Level 5 leader. His humility let him surround himself with rivals, like William Seward, while his resolve held the Union together. In business or life, Level 5 leadership means asking, what's best for the mission, not what's best for me. Practical tip: try the Level 5 Mirror exercise this week. For one decision, e.g., a work project, family choice, ask, am I acting with humility, listening, crediting others, and resolve, pushing for the best outcome? Write down one action to embody each trait, like seeking team input or tackling a tough task. Reflect daily to build this mindset. Case study: Gillette CEO Coleman Mockler fought off hostile takeovers in the 1980s, quietly but fiercely protecting the company's long-term vision. His humility let him rely on his team, and his resolve led to innovations like the sensor razor, driving decades of growth. What's your Gillette moment where humility and will can shine? Reflection pause: where can you apply Level 5 leadership in your life or work this week? Key takeaway: Level 5 leaders blend humility and fierce resolve, putting the mission first to drive greatness. Part 2, First Who, Then What, Getting the Right People. The second principle is first who, then what. Collins found that good to great companies prioritized getting the right people on the bus, before deciding where to drive it. These leaders hired disciplined, self-motivated individuals, placed them in the right roles, and removed those who didn't fit, creating a culture of excellence. Only then did they set strategy. Think of Wells Fargo in the 1980s, facing banking deregulation. Instead of rushing to a new plan, CEO Dick Cooley built a team of top talent, trusting them to adapt. When the strategy emerged, focusing on consumer banking, it succeeded because the right people executed it flawlessly. In contrast, good companies often set direction first, then struggled with misaligned teams. Deep dive: this principle leverages social capital, as studied by Robert Putnam, where trust and shared values drive performance. The right people align with the company's core values, reducing conflict and boosting collaboration, per research by Amy Edmondson on psychological safety. Hiring for discipline over charisma ensures long-term fit, countering the halo effect, where flashy hires often underperform. Real-world example: my friend, Tom, runs a tech startup. Early on, he hired a brilliant coder who clashed with the team's collaborative culture. After reading Good to Great, Tom prioritized who over what, hiring for values like teamwork. His next hire, less flashy but disciplined, skyrocketed productivity. The right people made the strategy work. Story: look at Southwest Airlines, not a good to great company in Collins' study but a parallel example. Founder Herb Kelleher hired for attitude, people who loved serving, before crafting routes. This focus created a culture that outperformed competitors. In your life, who's on your bus? Practical tip: do a bus audit this week. For your team, project, or personal circle, list key people. Ask, do they share my values, e.g., integrity, growth? Are they in the right roles? If not, plan one action, have a candid talk, reassign a task, or seek new allies. If hiring, prioritize discipline over credentials. Case study: Nucor Steel, a good to great company, hired self-starters who thrived in its egalitarian culture, paying for performance, not titles. When steel prices crashed, Nucor's team innovated, adopting electric furnaces to stay profitable. The right who drove the what to greatness. Reflection pause: who's on your bus, and how can you get the right people in the right seats? Key takeaway: get the right people first, then set direction. Discipline and values trump strategy alone. Part 3, confront the brutal facts, yet never lose faith. Principle 3 is confront the brutal facts, yet never lose faith. Good to great companies faced reality head-on, no matter how harsh, while maintaining unwavering belief in their ultimate success. This dual mindset, realism plus optimism, enabled them to make tough decisions without despair. Take Kroger, a grocery chain in the 1970s. Facing changing consumer preferences, Kroger's leaders confronted the fact that 90% of their stores were outdated. Instead of denying it, they rebuilt, converting to superstores. By 1999, Kroger dominated its market. Contrast this with ANP, which ignored the facts and faded. The Stockdale paradox, named after Admiral Jim Stockdale, captures this: face brutal truths but never doubt you'll prevail. Deep dive: psychologically, this balances cognitive appraisal, facing facts, with positive effect, hope, as studied by Barbara Fredrickson. Confronting truth reduces cognitive dissonance, per Leon Festinger's research, while faith activates the brain's reward system, fostering persistence. Denying facts, conversely, triggers defensive biases, hindering adaptation. Real-world example: I know a manager, Lisa, whose team missed sales targets. She could have blamed the market, but she faced the fact: her strategy was off. She gathered data, listened to her team, and pivoted to digital campaigns, doubling sales. Her faith in recovery kept morale high. Story: consider Winston Churchill during World War II. He faced brutal facts, Britain's near defeat, yet inspired victory with unwavering belief. In business, Level 5 leaders create red flag mechanisms, like open forums, to surface truths without blame, fostering a culture of honesty. Practical tip: try a brutal facts check-in this week. Pick one challenge, e.g., a project lag, personal goal. Write 3 hard truths, e.g., I'm under-resourced. Then affirm your faith: I'll overcome by action, e.g., delegating. Take one step, like gathering feedback, to address a truth. Case study: Pitney Bowes, a good to great company, faced declining mail equipment demand. Leaders confronted the digital shift, investing in software solutions while believing in their core mission. This realism plus faith approach sustained their greatness. Reflection pause: what's one brutal fact you need to face, and how can you act with faith? Key takeaway: face reality unflinchingly but hold unshakable faith in your ability to prevail. Part 4, The Hedgehog Concept, Simplicity in 3 Circles. Principle 4 is the hedgehog concept, a framework for focus and simplicity. Good to great companies weren't scattered, they mastered one big idea, like a hedgehog rolling into a ball to win. The concept lies at the intersection of 3 circles. 1. What you're passionate about, what ignites your team. 2. What you can be the best in the world at, not just good, world-class. 3. What drives your economic engine, what fuels sustainable profit. Walgreens, for example, found its hedgehog concept in convenience-driven pharmacy retailing. They were passionate about customer ease, could be the best at store placement, and profited per customer visit. This focus led them to outpace competitors like CVS. Deep dive: the hedgehog concept aligns with strategic clarity, reducing cognitive load, per research by Daniel Kahneman on decision-making. Passion fuels intrinsic motivation, as studied by Edward Deci, being the best leverages core competencies, per Michael Porter, and the economic engine ensures viability. Good companies chase trends, diluting focus, while great ones simplify. Real-world example: my friend, Sarah, runs a tutoring service. She was spread thin until she applied the hedgehog concept, passionate about math education, best at personalized coaching, profitable per student session. She focused on math tutoring, doubled revenue, and loved her work. Story: Apple, post-Steve Jobs' return, found its hedgehog, passion for design, best at user-friendly tech, profitable per product. This focus birthed the iPhone, transforming the industry. What's your hedgehog? Practical tip: create a hedgehog map this week. Draw 3 circles and list: what am I passionate about? What can I be best at? What drives my economic engine, or personal reward? Find the overlap and write one focus statement, e.g., be the best math tutor. Take one action to align, like cutting a distraction. Case study: Abbott Laboratories focused on cost-effective healthcare products, becoming best at niche medical devices, driven by profit per product. This clarity fueled their leap to greatness. Reflection pause: what's one thing you're passionate about that could define your hedgehog? Key takeaway: simplify to one big idea where passion, excellence, and profit intersect. Part 5, A Culture of Discipline, Freedom Within a Framework. Principle 5 is a culture of discipline. Good to great companies weren't rigid, they combined disciplined people, thought, and action with freedom to innovate. Discipline meant hiring self-motivated individuals, aligning with the hedgehog concept, and acting consistently, not bureaucratically. This created a culture where people thrived within clear boundaries. Nucor Steel exemplified this, empowering workers to innovate while sticking to their hedgehog, low-cost steel production. They avoided micromanagement, trusting disciplined teams to deliver, which drove profitability even in tough markets. Deep dive, discipline aligns with self-determination theory, per Ryan and Deci, where autonomy and competence boost motivation. A disciplined culture reduces decision fatigue, per Roy Baumeister's research, by setting clear priorities. Bureaucracy, conversely, stifles creativity, while great companies balance structure and freedom. Real-world example, my colleague, Jake, led a sales team that floundered with rigid rules. Inspired by Good to Great, he set a clear hedgehog, best at client relationships, and gave his team freedom to innovate pitches. Sales soared as disciplined reps thrived. Story, Zappos built a disciplined culture around customer service, empowering employees to solve issues creatively within that focus. This led to legendary loyalty and Amazon's acquisition. In your life, where can discipline meet freedom? Practical tip, build a discipline framework this week. Pick one goal, e.g., career growth. Set 3 non-negotiable actions, e.g., network weekly, learn daily, deliver on time, and one area of freedom, e.g., choose your approach. Track adherence for a week to build consistency. Case study, Philip Morris, now Altria, focused on disciplined brand management, giving marketers freedom to innovate within strict quality standards. This drove market dominance despite tobacco's challenges. Reflection pause, where can you add discipline or freedom to boost your performance? Key takeaway, discipline, not bureaucracy, creates a culture where freedom drives greatness. Part 6, Technology Accelerators, Amplify, Don't Disrupt. Principle 6 is Technology Accelerators. Good to great companies didn't chase tech trends, they used technology to accelerate their hedgehog concept, not replace it. Technology was a tool, not a savior, amplifying their core strengths. Walgreens, for example, embraced online ordering to enhance its convenience focus, not to reinvent itself as a tech company. This disciplined use of tech boosted profits, unlike dot-coms that chased fads and crashed. Deep dive, this aligns with disruptive innovation theory, per Clayton Christensen, where technology enhances core competencies, not distracts. Selective adoption reduces risk, as shown in studies by Eric Brynjolfsson on tech ROI. Good companies overhype tech, disrupting focus, while great ones integrate it strategically. Real-world example, my friend, Priya, runs a cafe. She resisted trendy apps but used a simple loyalty app to enhance her hedgehog, community connection. Sales grew as regulars returned. Tech amplified, not disrupted, her mission. Story, Amazon used tech to accelerate its hedgehog, customer obsession, building efficient logistics, not chasing unrelated fads. This focus made it a giant. What tech can amplify your strengths? Practical tip, do a tech audit this week. List one goal and one technology that could accelerate it, e.g., a CRM for client relationships. Ensure it aligns with your hedgehog, and test it for a week, tracking impact. Case study, Kimberly-Clark used automation to enhance its hedgehog, cost-effective consumer goods, streamlining production without losing focus. This boosted margins and market share. Reflection pause, what's one technology that could amplify your core strengths? Key takeaway, use technology to accelerate your focus, not to chase trends. Part 7, The Flywheel and the Doom Loop, Momentum versus Disruption. Principle 7 is the flywheel and the doom loop. Good to great companies built success like pushing a flywheel, consistent, incremental efforts that compound into unstoppable momentum. There's no single miracle moment, just disciplined action aligned with the hedgehog concept. Circuit City, a comparison company, fell into the doom loop, chasing quick fixes like new strategies or CEOs, disrupting momentum. Good to great firms like Gillette pushed their flywheel with steady innovation, e.g., Mach 3 razors, building market dominance over decades. Deep Dive, the flywheel effect mirrors compound interest, per economic theory, where small gains accumulate exponentially. Consistency reduces cognitive load, per Roy Baumeister, while disruption triggers resistance, per Kurt Lewin's change model. The doom loop reflects organizational chaos, undermining trust. Real-world example, my friend, Emma, grew her blog with a flywheel approach, daily posts, reader engagement, SEO tweaks. No viral hit, just steady growth to 100,000 readers. A competitor chased trends, losing focus, and stagnated. Story, Starbucks built a flywheel with consistent store experiences, employee training, and quality coffee. This momentum made it global, unlike chains that chased fads and faltered. Practical tip, create a flywheel plan this week. Pick one goal, e.g., fitness. List 3 daily actions, e.g., exercise, eat well, sleep, that align with your hedgehog. Track for a week, noting momentum. Avoid doom loop distractions like quick fixes. Case study, Wells Fargo's flywheel was disciplined banking, focusing on customer service and efficiency. Consistent execution led to market leadership, unlike banks chasing risky ventures. Reflection pause, what's one daily action to push your flywheel forward? Key takeaway, build momentum with consistent, aligned actions, avoiding the doom loop's disruptions. We've just unpacked the transformative blueprint of Good to Great by Jim Collins, a masterclass in turning good into extraordinary. Let's recap the 7 pillars of greatness. Level 5 Leadership, blend humility and resolve to put the mission first. First who, then what, get the right people on the bus before setting direction. Confront the brutal facts, face reality with unwavering faith in success. The hedgehog concept, focus on one big idea where passion, excellence, and profit meet. A culture of discipline, combine discipline and freedom for innovation. Technology accelerators, use tech to amplify, not disrupt, your core. The flywheel and the doom loop, build momentum with consistent action, avoiding quick fixes. Collins' core message is profound, greatness is a choice, not a fluke. As he writes, good is the enemy of great. By applying these principles, you can elevate your business, team, or life. Psychologically, this aligns with self-efficacy, per Albert Bandura, where disciplined action builds belief in your ability to succeed. Final practical toolkit. 1. Level 5 Daily Check, each morning, ask, how can I be humble and resolute today? Act on one opportunity. 2. Who audit, weekly, assess your team or circle for alignment with your values. Adjust one seat. 3. Facts Journal, note one challenge and its brutal facts. Plan one action with faith in success. 4. Hedgehog Focus, define your 3 circles and review your focus statement daily. 5. Discipline Tracker, track 3 disciplined actions weekly, ensuring freedom within them. 6. Tech Alignment, test one technology that amplifies your hedgehog for a week. 7. Flywheel Push, commit to one daily action for 30 days, tracking momentum. Reflect on these questions. What's one principle you're ready to apply, and why? Where are you settling for good, and how can you push for great? What's one step you'll take today to start your flywheel? If this summary ignited your drive, grab the full book. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone ready to go from good to great. Drop a comment with the principle you're starting with or the action you're taking. I'll be reading and rooting for you. Thank you for spending time with me on this journey to greatness. Your flywheel is ready to spin. Take one step today, and keep pushing toward extraordinary.